primary, it is a sliver of the issues that we disagree with that get all the attention.
Well, that was Governor Brad Little tonight, just minutes after CBS News and the AP have called the gubernatorial race in the Republican primary in his favor tonight. Good evening, and thank you for joining us for this special edition of KREM 2 News. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
And I'm Whitney Ward. Tonight we have team coverage of today's Idaho primary election. Our Amanda Rowley is live at the Kootenai County Elections Office, where ballots are still being counted tonight.
And our Kyle Simchuk has been following the governor's race tonight, which has attracted the most attention in tonight's primary.
So we are starting off with the gubernatorial candidates for the Republican Party. The AP and CBS both have already called this race for incumbent Brad Little. Statewide, Little clearly in the lead right now, as you can see, with 60% of the vote.
That means Little will likely serve a second term as the state's governor. Let's get right now to Kyle Simchuk, joining us live in the studio tonight with the latest numbers. Kyle?
Well, throughout the evening, we've watched incumbent Governor Brad Little gain a substantial lead over Janice McGeehan, the Idaho Lieutenant Governor, endorsed by former President Trump and the Kootenai County GOP. Now, when you just look at Kootenai County, McGeehan has a slight lead over Governor Little by a few hundred votes. But again, Little has a wide lead statewide, and the Associated Press and CBS News again calling that race, declaring him the winner. Little spoke at a watch party minutes ago, surrounded by friends and family. Take a listen.
I want to thank all the Republican candidates who ran in this primary. All of you collectively, your hard work and the passion for keeping Idaho red. I'm truly humbled by the Idaho Republican Party and how they've entrusted me to continue to be your governor. Just like nearly every day in the last 3.5 years, I felt the honor of serving the great state of Idaho in good times and in tough times.
Little and McGeehan have become bitter political rivals over the last 2 years. At a watch party tonight, Idaho GOP Chairman Tom Luna told the crowd their real opponents are the Democrats and Joe Biden, not fellow Republicans.
We agree on 80%. We passionately debate with that 20% we don't agree during the primary. Then the voters have their say, and they let us know which direction they want the party to go, and that's the direction we will do. We'll unite around these candidates.
So Governor Brad Little will move on to the November general election, where he'll likely keep his job as governor. The last time Idahoans elected a Democrat for governor, that was in 1995.
Kyle, thank you very much. Moving on now to the Democratic candidates for the gubernatorial primary. Idaho, again, as Kyle just mentioned, has not elected a Democrat governor since 1995. Currently, there is only one Democratic candidate on the ballot. His name is Stephen Haidt. Shelby Ronstadt, the mayor of Sandpoint, is running as a write-in, but as of right now, you could see Stephen Haidt with about 80% of the vote to the write-ins with 20% of the vote.
In the meantime, there are also two Libertarian candidates who are running for governor, Paul Sand and John Dion. As you can look and see, Paul Sand right now is in the lead with 63% over John Dion's 37% of the vote. And we also want to transition now, if we can, to look at the lieutenant governor's race, because this one has been contentious as well. Since Janice McGeehan running for governor, there will not be an incumbent in this race.
Take a look right here. Taking a look at the Republican candidates, there are only 3 running, including Scott Bedke, Daniel Gasiorowski, and Priscilla Giddings. If you're looking at the numbers right now, Bedke with a substantial lead with about 59% of the vote. The next closest candidate, Priscilla Giddings, with 35%.
Now, in the meantime, there is only one candidate who is running as a Democrat for the position of lieutenant governor. Terry Pickens Manweller is running uncontested right now, so having 100% of the vote so far. Moving on to the U.S. Senate race, there are 5 Republican candidates running, including Mike Crapo, who is the incumbent and has served in the U.S. Senate since 1999. And the AP has already called this race for Crapo. The latest returns have Crapo with nearly 70% of the vote. And on the Democratic side, only 2 candidates for that position, David Roth and Ben Pusley, are running for U.S. Senate. David Roth clearly in the lead right now with 57%. Well, the polls in Idaho closed a couple of hours ago, but really the counting is just beginning for elections workers. They have a long night ahead of them. Indeed. So for the very latest, we want to turn live to KREM 2's Amanda Rowley. She's live at the Kootenai County Elections headquarters tonight. Amanda?
Yeah, Mark and Whitney, take a look at this line of cars behind me. We are right outside the Kootenai County Elections Office. This line of cars are people who are bringing in your ballots. So this is a live look at folks bringing in your ballots to get counted here at the Elections Office. And the Elections Office has already published its first round of results. You can watch staff count and process these ballots on their 24/7 live stream on the county elections website. So far, we're seeing 8,200 ballots have been counted at this time, and that's showing about an 8% voter turnout. And the Elections Office is expected to publish a few more updates on the ballots getting counted this evening, as they expect to count through the night. Now, the elections clerk says 2 people must be with the ballots at all times, which is why on the live stream you'll see at least 2 people with the ballots at each stage of the counting process. Now, coming back out live here, taking a look at that line, kind of wraps around a little bit behind the building to ensure the security of the ballots. The county elections office has taken several steps to make sure that your ballots are secure. Right now, tonight, we do have at least a couple Kootenai County Sheriff's deputies on site just to ensure another layer of safety and security of your ballots. Reporting from the Kootenai County Elections Office, Amanda Rowley. I'll send it back to you guys.
All right, Amanda, thank you very much. Certainly security and voter fraud and all of the ballot protection, certainly top of mind for a lot of people.
I was going to say that same exact thing.